Forgive me, Mr. Data. I'm not accustomed to working with non-living devices that... Forgive me again. Your service record says that you are alive. I must accept that.
A little bit overlooked there.
Yeah, can't be property if you're alive.
No, exactly. Welcome to another episode of Give Me Genesis. And how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks, James. Yeah, good.
Look like you've got a plant coming out your head, Andrew.
I do. It's part of my
Nature.
Star Trek attire.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I'm a new race that the Federation haven't discovered yet.
Okay. And what would that be called?
The Plant Men.
Oh,
that's what
not very original.
Well,
is
that's
it?
what we are going to be
that's
called.
How it's translated.
Our native tongue, we're called the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I take that very. That's a big
that's
insult.
An insult. Sorry about that.
I'll have to kill you, but I'll do that later because.
Oh, we're recording.
We are recording.
Yeah.
I don't want to be caught on camera killing you.
No.
Although I've just admitted to it, so.
Let's move on to a different subject.
Yes, the measure of a man.
The measure, not a measure.
A measure of a man.
The measure of a man, which is the next episode we're reviewing.
It is, yeah.
And can be heavily regarded as probably one of the best Next Generation episodes in their top 10.
I don't know what people.
People who like making comments about Star Trek.
Yeah, like us.
Yes.
Yay.
But I don't know where I would rank this. It's a bit too early to say.
Okay.
Could you say for yourself? Can you speak for yourself?
I can speak for myself, yes. I don't have a proxy or a spokesperson. It's definitely in the top 10.
For you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think it's up there, but I don't want to relegate any other episodes.
Too early yet.
It's too early.
Okay, yeah.
So far, out of all the episodes, I think it's a very good one. It's the best one so far, I think, probably.
That or Conspiracy.
Yeah. True. So you reckon this episode beats all the episodes of season 1, apart from possibly Conspiracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. But no, it was a very good episode.
Yeah. Very relevant.
The courtroom scenes is probably the highlight of it.
Mm-hmm.
See, with Riker has to go against his friend. Riker gives Picard a run for his money.
He does.
Try to defend Data. So yeah, it was a very good episode.
He actually did. Well, I know it's scripted, but assuming it's not scripted, he actually thought about what he was going to say. Because the Admiral does say, doesn't she, you better pull your weight in there, otherwise I'm going to overrule what you say, Riker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And there's that clip where Riker's studying. Interestingly, so obviously there's only a few people that know about his off switch. But he was able to bring up the schematics of Data.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming would
Must
include
have had it on
his
there.
off switch.
But I thought it was confidential.
Yeah, I'm sure there is an episode later on where
he gets switched off again.
But like the Doctor, the Captain, and obviously Riker know where his off switch is, but he doesn't. Like no one else really knows because it is kept confidential.
Yeah, obviously in that meeting room, other people found out where his off switch is.
Yes, yeah. I mean, they're trustworthy. It's the Admiral and it's the cybernetics dude.
Yeah,
Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, yeah, Bruce Maddox. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
But I was thinking, if you've got enough clearance, surely you'll be able to access the schematics on Data.
Yeah,
and that would have information about his off switch.
Yeah, true. Maybe they got that information during that episode Data Law when they were putting law together. That's when we need to look at you and find out a bit more about you, because I think Crusher's speaking to Data saying, if you knew where your off button was, wouldn't you keep it secret?
Yeah. I keep mine in my left eye.
I think I remember when we did that recording of Data Law, I think we said something stupid like, it's like, oh, I'll put mine in my foot. Turning yourself on and off as you're walking around. Anyway, but at the beginning of the episode, we see the first poker game ever played. So this is the first time we see poker.
Okay.
So it was with Chief O'Brien, Pulaski.
Yeah,
Data,
O'Brien's
and
becoming a bit more of a
regular
now.
Yeah, he's getting involved with the bridge crew.
Yeah.
Which is good. Riker's got a possible flush, and Data's got a full house.
I like how Data just plays the game as if it's just based on fact and odds.
Yeah.
He doesn't, at this stage, doesn't understand bluffing.
Yeah, because based on the odds, it was unlikely that Riker would win. But he won by lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go to that starbase. I don't know what number it is. It's like Starbase 357 or something like that.
Yeah,
which is a reuse model from Star Trek 2, the Ruther Khan.
Is it?
It's the same.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like the same model. Excellent. They use. And
is it like repainted or something?
It's exactly the same.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they haven't really done much. It's like in Star Trek 2, that model's a reuse of a model in the motion picture.
Right. Okay.
But all they've done is turn it upside down.
Clever.
Yeah, because the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm pretty sure you can see trees in some of the windows, but they're upside down.
Really?
Yeah.
Just go back and look at that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. There's some windows, and I think you can see tiny trees and stuff. I think Picard's meeting this lady, Philippa Lavoie or something.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, some French.
Yeah, has
to have a French name in there because I think it might be Picard. I'm not really sure of their relationships, but confusing.
Yeah,
is it an old? The music sounds like it's like an old lover or something.
Yeah.
Philippa Lavoie. I'm back in uniform. It's been 10 years, but seeing you again like this makes it seem like 50. And if we weren't around all these people, you know what I would like to do?
Bust a chair across my teeth.
After that.
Oh, ain't love wonderful?
Or not.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
It's very vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they must have been involved somehow at some point.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised because you've got her, Dr. Crusher, and We'll Always Have Paris woman.
Yeah, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
And also he's got a few more on the way.
Has he?
He's got
quite history,
coming,
isn't he?
he?
Yeah, but she's not from his past though.
No, that's true. No. Oh, you're talking about past?
Yeah.
True.
Although including Vash,
it's quite a few, isn't it?
Makes Picard, you actually reveal a bit more about Picard, that actually if he wasn't the captain, I think he might have been quite a ladies' man.
Yeah, true. Even more so than Riker, probably. So this is written by Belinda Snodgrass.
We don't laugh at names.
So this is her first script. I think she's like a script supervisor as well.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But this is her first script in The Next Generation because this has come out of the writing strike that was going on, the writer's strike.
Okay.
They were trying to find some scripts, and this was her script based on her experience as an attorney. So she was an attorney, and she wrote this script.
Belinda was her name, was it?
Melinda.
Yeah. Melinda, please write more. I really like that.
I think she wrote some more episodes later on.
Thank you, Melinda.
But I don't know which ones they were, but I don't. Well, I think this is probably her most popular one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually like watching
courtroom
law
dramas.
shows.
Courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like those. Yeah. Yeah, the courtroom for Encounter and Farpoint isn't that great in comparison.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's more like a joke. So that was a good script from Linda.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get this bit where Admiral Nakamura.
Oh, yeah. A bit of a random Admiral just...
Yeah. I think we've seen Admiral Nakamura again at some point. I swear we see him.
Okay.
I feel like we see him in All Good Things, like the last episode.
I like his uniform.
Yeah.
It's different to
the ones
usual.
we're used to. Yeah. I think they're like trying to work out what the Admiral uniform is supposed to look like throughout the seasons.
Can't make a decision, so let's have a different one for each episode.
Yeah. Maddox, Commander Maddox,
Bruce
Maddox.
Yeah.
He comes on the bridge, doesn't he?
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's like looking at Data.
Yeah, stares at Data.
Yeah.
And Data's like...
But he knows him, that's why. I think he said he knows him.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we find that out a bit later.
Yeah.
But at the time, we don't realise that.
Bruce and the Admiral come down the end of the bridge.
Mm.
Bruce Maddox says to the Admiral, what about the other thing?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, yeah, so we need your android. He's very flippant.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we need your android. Just, Commander Maddox just needs the android just to do some experiment with him or something.
Mm.
Well, Captain, I want to thank you for this opportunity. For 500 years, every ship that has borne the name of the Enterprise has become a legend. This one is no different. Admiral. Ah, yes. Captain, Commander Maddox is here to work on your android. Please take care of him.
And it's quite shocking because it's the way he just kind of disregards Data.
Maybe that's Bruce's influence.
Yeah. And he's been doing a lot of research, hasn't he? A lot of his life has gone towards cybernetics. What did you think of Bruce Maddox?
Yeah, didn't like him that much. Although I think that was the intention of
the actor.
The acting and the script.
Yeah.
Obviously, the audience side of Data, because everyone loves Data. So you need someone who's
you don't like.
Yeah. So he did a good job on that, I think.
That's true. They go into conference lounge, I think.
Oh yes.
And Data has lots of questions, and so does Picard, about what this process is. Maddox seems a bit agitated, almost being questioned. And some technical babble about how would you figure out how to do something with this. I think that's one of the first steps you need to make. And he hasn't done that.
Yeah, he hasn't got an answer for it as well.
Yeah, but he has orders to take him away. And that's where all the drama begins.
Yeah.
Data then chooses to resign, but how did he get to that decision? Because he has to resign because that's the only way out of it?
Yes.
Well, that's what he thinks is the only way out of it.
Yeah, because he, as a Starfleet officer, he is being commanded by Starfleet to undergo this procedure and examination.
Oh, yeah.
So as a Starfleet officer, he has no say whether he does or doesn't go for it. So if he resigns, he can't be made to do anything.
Yes.
He's no longer an officer.
Oh, yeah, because Picard came to Philippa and asked some advice. She said, well, the only way you can get away from doing it is just resigning, which is what he'd done.
Yeah.
And then Data starts packing his stuff. Bruce
Maddox just walks right into his...
Yeah, without asking. Yeah.
But it's good because it adds to his character of you are a robot, you are a machine.
You don't have any privacy or any...
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
So it really helps to add to what we think of him.
Yeah, and he can't resign because he's property. That's what he establishes.
Yeah.
That's when Picard, there's no law.
Yeah, he starts researching everything.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one that he's the property of the Federation. Is it the Federation that find him?
Yeah.
It's interesting because if the Federation view him as their property, then he is just a machine, according to the Federation.
Yeah.
Which I guess that's why the Federation were very much, yeah, Bruce, yeah, go for it.
Forgive me, Mr. Data. I'm not accustomed to working with non-living devices that... Forgive me again. Your service record says that you are alive. I must accept that.
A little bit overlooked there.
Yeah, can't be property if you're alive.
No, exactly. Yeah. But then if we stuck by that line, then we wouldn't have had a great episode like this.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
all the stuff he collects, all his belongings and stuff, what were used in the court later on.
Yes.
He has these like medals and book from Picard and like that remembrance device of Natasha Yar.
At what stage does he get a cat?
No cat yet.
No, can't put that into a bag.
No. Because they haven't got any senior officers. They have to do flag officers of the nearest ship.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it's a new base. So unfortunately, Picard has to be the defendant,
Mm-hmm.
and then Riker is the prosecutor.
Yeah, because she hasn't got any staff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Makes for a very good episode, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it forces Riker to play that role.
And that thing you mentioned earlier, when Riker starts doing his research, he's really happy that he's found something, but then realizes what the implication is.
Yeah, that's a sign of good acting. You don't need to tell the audience what's going on.
No,
that you
it's
see
his
on his
facial
face.
expression. Yeah, he could tell. Yeah.
If that came out today, he'd have to be describing.
Oh,
yes. I found something.
Read it out. Off switch located on the.
Oh yeah, I've got a really good thing that can help our case. Oh wait, that means we'll lose data.
Oh
it's
no!
Like you're just telling
my friend. Yeah, it would be really bad. Data says he's got a heuristic algorithm. I don't even know what that means.
Don't you, James?
No.
Wow.
I wrote it down. I don't even know if I spell it right or said it right, but what is that?
Well, if you don't know what it is, we can't help you, I'm afraid. So.
I was like, he's got all these amazing things because that explains who he is. You know, you hear his service record, and then Commander Maddox tries to. Oh no, Riker. Is it Riker who tries to dismiss it, or Maddox?
Riker, I think. Yeah,
it's Riker, is it? But then Picard's like, no. Let's continue hearing it because you get to hear what he's achieved
as a toaster.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well done. You burnt my toast.
Yeah, he's done more than burning toast. He's turned toast into waffles.
He's turned toast into waffles.
Well, you know, it's amazing what he's done, you know, with all these abilities. So
I'll give my toaster a medal.
Yeah.
Well done.
There you go.
You've done a good job.
You say the toaster, it reminds me of Red Dwarf with the toaster, the talking toaster.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Ah, so you're a waffle man.
He doesn't get treated very well.
Okay.
Because he's a toaster.
That'd be a fun thing to podcast because I've never...
You've never seen Red Dwarf?
I've seen odd episodes here and there.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's not many. 6 episodes, I think, normally per season.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was more than that.
Quite powerful part when Riker, you know, he takes his arm off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before he takes the arm off, he gets a bit of metal, probably a bit of polystyrene. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Data bends it and shows his strength. Picard says other life forms can do that, and then takes his arm off for inspection.
Other life forms can do that.
Yeah. And then he turns him off. Pinocchio is broken. His strings have been cut.
My wife said, so over dramatic.
What, that bit?
Yeah, so unnecessarily over dramatic.
Yeah, it gives you the picture that
he's driving this point home.
He's driving his, yeah, exactly. Yeah. At that point, I think Picard's he's given up.
Yeah. But he goes to Guinan.
That's right, he does go to Guinan. Yeah.
I love Guinan. She's a great character.
Guinan seems to have really good scenes every time she's in the show. She'll only have one scene here and there when she does a guest appearance. But normally her scenes are really good. They're never really
Yeah.
You never go, oh, that's a waste.
Definitely one of the strengths of having that character.
Yeah.
Because when any more, you lose the novelty of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, consider that in the history of many worlds, there have always been disposable creatures. They do the dirty work. They do the work that no one else wants to do because it's too difficult or too hazardous. And an army of data's all disposable. You don't have to think about their welfare. You don't think about how they feel. Whole generations of disposable people.
Talking about slavery.
I think that's a little harsh.
I don't think that's a little harsh. I think that's the truth. But that's a truth that we have obscured behind a comfortable, easy euphemism. Property.
Because back in the day, slavery, people were property. So I think that's the point was being made.
But then it comes back to the question, is data a person?
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of the...
exactly.
Which Picard then flips the
questions back onto Maddox when he comes back, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he asks Maddox, okay, what would you constitute as being alive? I think, yeah. And he says self-awareness, intelligence, and consciousness.
Then you get that great Picard speech.
Yeah, you do. But before that happens, he had intimate relationship with Yar. That was brought up because obviously we know that happened in The Naked Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were all under the influence of a virus. So
yeah,
I do wonder, like,
if anything happened.
You were intimate, you know, is implied. You know, they both went into the bedroom and the doors closed. But
it's not like a relationship.
Yeah, it's not a relationship. That was it happened once as a result of a virus. Yeah. So the way he says he was intimate in this episode implies it was an ongoing relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Which it wasn't. So
that's the only thing he didn't particularly respect in that episode.
Yeah.
I think I've changed that
to be like, you know, she was a good friend, or I don't know.
So they called Maddox up to stand. I like the fact that he puts his hand on them and they start reading his record. And Picard's like, yes. Suffice to say, you're an expert.
Yeah.
Just to get his own back. So, yeah, he asked the questions, what would consider something alive? And he said intelligence, self-awareness.
So I'm alive, but Data is not. Why?
I think intelligence was his first one.
Which Data is. Intelligent.
Yeah. Would you say Data is intelligent? Yes. That was a quick answer.
Yeah.
Would you think self-awareness? Maddox says that he isn't self-aware, but like, Data, what's going on right now? I'm on trial to decide if I'm actually alive or not. And what is the consequences of the result? You know, he knows the answer to that question as well, like continue to exist or not, basically. And Picard's like, sounds quite self-aware to me. Don't you? Commander.
I love his tone.
Yeah. It was like, are you like dumb? Yeah. And it's like self-consciousness, and that's when he gets into
his speech.
Gets into his speech.
It's probably everyone's favourite speech.
What if he makes a third criteria? What then?
I don't know. Do you? Do you? Do you?
Yeah. Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you? This episode should be called Do You?
Yeah.
Not the measure of a man. Do you?
No one can really answer the question.
No. Maddox is struggling.
Exactly. And
he's meant to be a top cybernetics guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
A single Data, and forgive me, Commander, is a curiosity. A wonder even, but thousands of Datas. Isn't that becoming a race? And won't we be judged by how we treat that race? Now tell me, Commander, what is Data? I don't understand.
What is he? A machine.
Is he? Are you sure?
Yes. You see, he's met 2 of your 3 criteria for sentience, so what if he meets the 3rd? Consciousness in even the smallest degree. What is he then? I don't know. Do you?
Do you? Do you? Well, that's the question you have to answer.
Picard said, I'll make it a good one, as in make the ruling a good one. And Philippa says, like, he should be given the right to choose, to explore, you know, what is a soul? Because she's not even sure she's got a soul, she said.
It's like, well, goodness me.
Yeah, I know. What kind of things she's done.
Gone out of Picard, for one.
Yeah. They were all in his favour. And Maddox says he's remarkable, or something like that. Doesn't he?
You didn't call him an it.
Yeah, all right, we know that. Thanks for She should have looked at the camera. You didn't and winked at the camera. You didn't say it. Like, we wouldn't have picked it up.
Picard makes a very good point, though, in the courtroom.
Yeah.
In that he says to the judge woman, decision you make today is not only going to affect Data's life, but it's actually going to affect laws that are passed in the future.
Yeah.
It reminded me of some laws, you know, in real life. There are some laws that attempt to get passed that are stupid, like in real life.
Yeah.
And they go against common sense. And sometimes a judge will allow that case to come to court so that he can rule against it to set a precedent of this isn't happening. We don't accept that kind of thing in our society. So actually, it's a very big responsibility on this woman because it's the first decision
of its kind.
And that will set a precedent for
the future.
So the way she judges is going to affect a lot.
Yeah. It reminds me, this episode slightly, is it Author? The episode in Voyager where the Doctor...
I don't remember much of Voyager.
Okay, he writes a holonovel or something. He gets back to the Alpha Quadrant because he's like an inferior EMH program.
Mm-hmm.
So all his programs back in the Alpha Quadrant are just like mining in the caves and stuff, doing just a race of EMH programs.
Why not? He's a program.
Which is basically the fulfillment of what Maddox probably would want to do, obviously with a different type of life form, because it's a program, not an android, a holographic program doing menial work. And they're passing over, oh, look, have you read this holonovel? They're like smuggling this new holonovel amongst one another at the end of the episode.
Time for your diagnostic. Report to the HoloLab. I know the routine. And while you're there, do yourself a favor. Ask the operator to run program 47 beta. Why? What is it? It's called Photons Be Free. It's quite provocative.
Obviously, EMH is Starfleet property again, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Very relevant for today with the rise of AI. I think there's a robot in Japan that has a passport.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's scary.
Which makes it very relevant of like, are they alive? So, I mean, I agree with this woman's ruling of it. But he is a machine at the end of the day. But I think because he's being created
in the image
of a human, it makes it very difficult. It is borderline slavery to copy him, because if you do that to a human, obviously it's slavery, like force people to do stuff for you. If you force Data to do something, I don't think it is slavery because he's a machine, but because of his appearance and how he's been designed and created, we equate him with a human. It's too close to human life.
Yeah.
So I think a possible workaround would be Maddox could copy Data under the condition that they are less human than Data. Because I fully agree that, we should. It's great to create machines, and human ingenuity is just amazing of what we can create. And we shouldn't be limited by that and feel free to make machines that do stuff.
Data is so, human, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
He's like, you can't. Well, obviously the actor is human, but like, you could argue that he has emotions in some instances,
But these are all, like with AI today and the way it's slowly picking up, these are all a result of being programmed to respond in certain ways.
Yeah.
He's not alive. Data isn't alive.
How dare you? Get out!
The Maddox's definition is one definition. I would add there has to be a biological aspect to it. For it to be alive. So can it procreate? Well, an android can just make more of itself. That's not the same as the way a biological
person.
Yeah. So I think they've missed out
some of the argument.
Yeah.
Because
we know he's not
reproduction
alive.
could be part of the argument of what something's alive. Because plants are alive, they can reproduce, but they're not conscious, I guess. That's another thing, I guess.
Yeah. So consciousness doesn't equate to is it alive or not?
I guess not. Yeah, it's
Because
not self-aware.
Bacteria is alive.
Yeah.
But it's not self-aware.
No. An interesting point, isn't it, really?
Yeah. So I think some of the arguments in there are flawed. Picard was going... the whole of Picard's argument was against Maddox, to stop Maddox from doing what he was doing. So he used Maddox's definition against him. Yes.
Yeah.
But that isn't an accurate definition of
what is alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maddox is not as smart as he looks then.
No, he's an idiot.
I like the last scene with Data and Riker in the observation lounge.
Yeah, that's really
nice. It was
nice.
a nice touch, like character moment between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where Data speaks to Riker and says that the action injured him and saved him.
Yeah.
And he will never forget it. I thought it was a really nice, emotional ending of the episode.
Yeah.
Of, Riker making sacrifice, and Data understanding it and respecting what he had done.
From his programming.
Yeah.
He's not alive.
No.
I almost cost you your life. Is it not true that had you refused to prosecute, Captain Lavoie would have ruled summarily against me?
Yes.
That action injured you and saved me. I will not forget it.
You're a wise man, my friend.
Not yet, sir. But with your help, I am learning.
Actually, that scene I added as my the worst acting.
What, the last scene?
Yeah.
With Data and Riker?
Specifically when they start walking out together.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Riker pats him on the shoulder and they both smile towards off camera. And it's like...
okay. A bit too happy.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What would you do differently, or how would you write this differently, this episode, if you could?
I did say something earlier.
The definition of what alive is, maybe, what you were mentioning earlier.
No, that was something else. But yeah, that could be changed. No, actually, the way they defined it needs to stay as it was, because it works
in Data's favour.
Yeah, because it's Picard against Maddox, really.
Yeah.
And Maddox is the one who's just chosen to define life as that. And so it helps Picard to win the case. If you define life as what it really is, Maddox would have won. Because Data isn't alive.
Okay. What? Data's not alive?
No.
Oh.
Sorry to burst your bubble. No, I don't know what I'll do differently, actually. Would you change anything?
Yeah, well, it's nothing to do with the story. I think the story's good. Can't fault it. Maybe the set design of the courtroom. Because, you got those little white cover sheets.
Are they really?
Like dust sheets, almost, in the roofing area. It's a redress of the battle bridge.
Okay.
You can see the consoles as well not being used. Maybe because it's high def now. But you can notice this is like sheets. So they just look really bad. It's like your bed sheets being put over the gaps. What do you think they did really well in this episode?
Well, Picard's speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the whole court part. Any lines stood out to you?
Yeah, something we missed on, actually. Before the whole court scene, Data's talking with Picard in the ready room. And Data says to Picard that Geordie's eyesight is actually, by definition, a lot superior than human eyes, because it can do so much more. So why don't all the humans get Geordie eyes?
Yeah, visors, yeah.
Visors, which makes a very good, interesting point as to why wouldn't we? Because we do value our eyesight, don't we?
Yeah.
And even though on paper it's an upgrade to have a visor. There's something about having your own natural eyesight that's very, very important.
I guess it's just a different way of seeing,
Mm-hmm.
rather than it being better. There's certain things our natural eyes can see, which Geordie's couldn't.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You know,
I'm sure
it's
in an
just a
episode says
different...
you can't see a sunrise or something like
yeah,
that.
or a sunset. You're not going to be able to admire the beauty or something
Mm-hmm.
in a certain way, or the colours. I know he's got a spectrum, but it's not really. It's just not as defined, is it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for me, well, I already said the line was the Pinocchio line. I thought that was quite a good line, even though I thought it was a bit OTT. I thought it was very good. What did you find funny?
Picard's embarrassment when being called sexy.
Oh,
by
yeah.
By the lady.
Philippe. Yeah, that's true. He was
You can
very
see
awkward. Damn sexy man.
Everyone knows Patrick Stewart is a good actor, regardless of Star Trek. He's a good actor anyway. So to act embarrassed and uncomfortable,
he did a good job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My bit was the yes to Maddox. I thought that was a funny bit. It's like yes. We know you're an expert.
Yeah.
What was the ultimate bad acting moment?
Oh, mine was the fake smiles.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah.
Riker.
I wasn't a big fan of. Already mentioned. Not a fan of the Philippa.
Okay.
Lavoie, whatever her name is. And what would you say is the moral lesson?
Like probably is AI sentient or a robot sentient? You know,
Okay.
To what degree do we treat robots as humans or life or just machines?
Yeah. Is that the lesson?
Yes.
You haven't told me the lesson. But what's the answer?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
My answer is no, they're not.
For me, was sometimes like in view of Riker's job, like sometimes the hardest thing you do in life is sometimes the right thing to do. So
that's very good.
Or the best thing. So the benefit of society sometimes is a hard choice.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
Yeah. Oh, how many women did Riker sleep with in this episode? He's busy, wasn't he?
Too busy.
He hasn't got time to think about women.
No, and there's no staff on the outpost.
Oh.
So,
yeah, if there was, then Riker might have been busy in a different way.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had time to defend Data.
Yeah.
Sorry, Data.
How many times was Worf denied?
No.
It's hardly in this episode.
Yeah, I don't even remember him in the episode.
He was in this episode. Actually, the other bit was quite funny. Is when they're giving out the presents, leaving presents to Data.
Oh yeah,
and he's there. But I like the bit when Data misses the point and he rips the wrapping paper. Worf is in the episode, but apparently there's extended scenes for this.
Okay.
Like an extra, quite a few different scenes in this episode. Like 15 minutes worth.
Okay.
And Worf is denied in those extended scenes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So what happens was during the birthday scene, I think, not birthday, sorry, the gift scene in 10 Forward, Maddox comes in to cause problems again.
Excellent.
And then Worf is like, goes up, or get him out of the room.
Yeah.
And Riker's like, at ease, or Worf.
At ease, Lieutenant.
Yeah. And I think Riker tries to de-escalate the situation.
Okay. Have you seen these?
Yeah, I saw them briefly. I saw them once. Yeah. Apparently they're on the Blu-ray, but I think you might find them possibly find them on YouTube, maybe.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that Data's gift from Worf was a book of Klingon opera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That'd be cool if they if you had a bit more conversation around that. Don't know what, but
well, the good thing is in Deep Space Nine you do get a bit more Klingon opera.
Yes, yeah.
And weedy security guards. No, not in this episode.
No, disappointing, really.
No, maybe next episode we might have some.
I hope so.
Excellent episode, good episode. It's not like an action-filled episode. It's more like a morality.
Court
case.
Thank you, Melinda.
Let us know what your thoughts are on the episode. I'm sure mostly positive. But,
and is Data alive?
Yeah. What's
What do
your
you think?
thoughts?
Yeah.
Andrew thinks not. I'd like to say he is, but that's because I like Data. But in real life, I should be saying no. But I was a bit caught up in the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm still pro Data.
Yeah, I'm definitely pro Data.
I wouldn't want him replicated. He's very unique.
Yeah. Join us on our next episode where we'll be reviewing the dolphin.
The dolphin. Yes. Things can only get better after the measure of a man.
Yeah.